The greatest moments in mathematics history. The history of mathematics is a field of science dealing with various origin of discoveries, logic of reasoning and its mathematical methods, so with its notation of the past civilization. Mathematics could be a constant in change and involving the mathematical functions and equation from the ancient times and were divided to its particular fields and specialized area. Before we derive to the modern mathematics and spread of knowledge, throughout this era there were many theories, analyses, studies of the famous mathematicians and their discoveries, starting from the Sumerian and Babylonian civilization who first developed a counting system, the Egyptian mathematics who developed a numerical notation, the Indian mathematics were their discoveries of zero, trigonometric, algebra, arithmetic, and negative numbers, the Chinese mathematics with their unique number system using bamboo rods and their methods of solving equations and extracting square. The Islamic mathematics were Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra. Introduced his algebraic methods of solving equation and the development of algebra. The Greek mathematics with the Pythagoras or the Pythagorean theorem. The great Hellenistic empire with the discovery of Euclidean algorithm. Maya mathematics developed a sophisticated system of mathematics based on a place value of 20 and development an accurate calendar. To medieval age to 16th century to 17th and 18th century to 19th century and 20th century up to modern civilization and modern mathematical properties.
The origin of mathematics. The first sign of mathematics in a society are in the form of counting. Proof of counting has been found on bones, stones, and the walls of caves.
The discovery of zero. Mathematicians in India had recognized the concept of zero, an infinity as a number rather than a placeholder, and it was born in India. It was the ancient sages who first drew a symbol to represent zero. A digit that does not appear in Greek writings is among Roman numerals. By the 400s in India, zero became its own number, representing nothing and symbolizes by a dot, but people were a bit hesitant to accept it at first. Brahmagupta gave the first rules for dealing zero as a number and positive and negative numbers. He was credited with recognizing zero as a number and detailing its properties.
One of the greatest moments in mathematical history is measuring the Earth's circumference. Eratosthenes, an astronomer and mathematician that devised the system of latitude and longitude as well as a remarkable degree of accuracy of calculating the circumference of the Earth. Next is Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, considered as the father who introduced fundamental algebraic methods for solving equations. His new algebraic methods are the basis on which we solve equations, even today, and we have also incorporated the words algorithm and algorithm into our modern language, which derived directly from his name al-Khwarizmi. Next is the Newton's progress of calculus. Isaac Newton developed theorems such as differential and integral calculus in a very short period of time. This brought a revolution to contemporaneous science as well as still being thought and applied nowadays. The Pythagorean theorem. The theorem is named the Greek philosopher Pythagoras. Born around 570 BC, the theorem has been proven numerous times by many different methods, possibly the most for any mathematical theorem. The Pythagorean theorem states that the sum of the areas of the two squares on the legs, which is the A and B, equals the area of the square on the hypotenuse. It generalizes beyond the area of squares on the three sides to any similar figures.
Euclidean algorithm. Euclid.
Euclid is the father of geometry. He wrote the most important and successful book of all times, the Stoicheon or Elements. His discovery is the Euclidean algorithm.
The Cartesian axis. René Descartes father of modern philosophy, his approach to geometry is the origin of Cartesian axes. The most famous of Descartes' treatises, The Discourse on the Method, contains the appendix geometry that relate for the first time algebraic concept with geometric objects, giving rise to the emergence of analytic of Cartesian geometry.
The invention of logarithm.
John Napier developed logarithms as a way to simplify some of the tedious calculations of his day. He worked about 20 years of the invention of logarithms, and he was the only partially successful in his quest to simplify tedious calculations.